Hey Vikings, I'm Emerson. Welcome to Friday Night Vike. I'm here with
Casey.
This is the first episode in a hot minute. What do you think?
I'm excited.
Yeah. You know what I'm not excited for, though? Snow.
Hey, I like snow.
Bro, why do you like snow? Do you not have to shovel it or something?
Exactly.
Fair enough. Remember that time I did that Change My Mind segment about country music?
Yeah.
What do you think about country music?
I'm not a music fanatic, but I'm not a big fan of it.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you there. You think we should show them?
Yeah, let's show them.
All right, let's go to it. Hey Vikings, me Emerson again. I'm here with
Zachary.
and we are going to be asking people if they think country music is overrated. Let's see what comes up.
Hello, I am Zachary, and this is
Brody.
And this is
Emerson.
So, Brody, why do you like country music?
I don't know. I just like the rhythm. Makes me good when I listen to it. Makes me like to dance.
Now, Emerson, why do you dislike country music?
I think it sounds very like a lot of the same. It sounds very homogenous. Like a lot of you can compare previous generations like new country and western country and maybe a little bit of folk. Those you can find definite differences in, but in the subgenres, they're very homogenous.
I will agree that a lot of country songs do sound similar, but there are also a ton that don't. A lot of different countries, I mean, the whole genre of music is similar, which is the genre of country, but every song's unique in its own way, and every singer sings it different.
No, I agree with him. I think it's more of a personal preference. Like for me, I can see there are maybe a few country songs I like a lot of Johnny Cash, Robin Williams, a lot of that stuff. That's good. But then when you get into like kind of the modern, like the super popular, or like Billy Ray Cyrus and a lot of like those musicians, they sound all their songs like they'll have minorly different lyrics, but they're all like in the same key. They all have very similar rhythm and they all have very similar themes of the lyrics. But I feel like it's still a personal preference, and I'm obviously no expert on music. Just from my personal opinion, as well as a lot of what I've heard from friends, they say the same thing. It sounds very similar. It sounds in the same like tune or key or whatever. I don't know exact music terms, but it sounds very homogenous.
There is one thing I'd like to say. I do agree that it is a personal preference, and I do agree that I do like country. I don't like every song, though. The new stuff, I'm not a huge fan of. I do like Johnny Cash and all that, but I don't like all of it.
All right, well, thank you for your time, pal.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, too.
Thank you, Emerson, for your segment of Change My Mind. Anyway, here I have Dante, who made Quote of the Day. How do you feel about Quote of the Day?
I think it's pretty cool. Just asking like students around the school, like asking what's like the quote of the day. I think it's pretty fun. So yeah.
All right. Anyways, here's Quote of the Day.
Jacob, what's the quote of the day?
The way to get started is to stop talking and start doing.
What's the quote of the day?
Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right.
What's the quote of the day?
My quote is from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. There is no place you know that compares to true imagination. Look around and you'll see what is truly meant to be.
Garcia, what's the quote of the day?
Do your work.
What's the quote of the day?
Tough times never last, but tough people do.
Hey, thanks Dante for quote of the day. That was really sick.
Hey, do you remember Ditch Patrols?
I do remember Ditch Patrollers. Let's show them.
I'm the eyes and ears of this school. I see everything. I see you while you're in class, and I'm watching you while you're not. Does that look like a ditcher to you over there? Let's roll up on him. Hey, excuse me, what are you doing right now? Huh?
Going to the office.
Are you ditching class? He's not available for an interview at this time. That's okay. He's going into the office. Hey! We're good. You, come here. Yeah, stop right there. Stop in your tracks. Where are you going right now?
Theater.
What are you doing late? Why are you out of class?
I made a bagel.
You made a bagel for Sissy, so you're late because you had to make a bagel?
Yeah.
What do you need a bagel?
She just wanted a bagel.
Are there drugs in that bagel?
They're not.
Why are you ditching class, huh?
I'm not ditching.
You know who I'm with?
Who?
We're Ditch Patrol. You have a pass on you?
I do not.
This is the scum that is invading our school and ruining our nation.
You best get to class. Don't ditch, kids. think I'm passing. Look, he's running. He's running. He's running. He's running. 10-4. 10-4. Hey, 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 hey.
That episode of Ditch Patrollers was really cool. What was your thoughts on that, Emerson?
I think it's good. I mean, Ditch Patrollers, it's a classic. Everything Ditch Patrollers does is good. You know, I'm not done with Change My Mind. Let's get back to some Change My Mind.
This is?
My name's Tyrone, and I like country music.
So, my friend here, Tyrone, says he is the biggest fan. Tyrone, apparently, is a real big fan of country music. Now, Emerson, what's your opinion on country music? I know you're not the biggest fan.
I don't like any of that hillbilly squat. Sounds all about the same to me.
Do you have any rebuttals to that, Mr. Tyrone?
Sir, you're over here eating a Twinkie like a country music's for men. You're a child. You're a little boy.
I mean, he does have a very nice, good point here. You are eating a Twinkie like and you and he is 100% correct in that.
101%.
Nice argument, Senator. Why don't you back it up with a source?
My source is that I made it the up.
So, Emerson, do you have any, talking points that you think can defend you from this absolute embarrassment, this absolute treachery that Mr. Tyrone here is putting you through?
Yes, absolutely. My rebuttal is, Tyrone, your family tree looks like a NASCAR track, bro.
Tyrone, I have a question. Why does your family tree look like a game of Connect 4?
It's not. Why does your family tree remind me of a... Hold up. Okay, cut the camera. Those they called my family a Connect 4. I'm going to B-Hall and doing something about it. Come on now.
That segment with Tyrone was insane.
I know, man. He's a little silly.
Anyway, next up we have Kevin with some senior interviews.
I just wanted to interview a few high school teachers to see what they say about senior projects. Hi, I'm here with Mrs. Tilson. I wanted to ask you a few questions about senior projects. What are your thoughts about senior projects?
Well, in my 8 years that I've been here, and as someone who got to be the first class to ever do senior project, I feel that it's an interesting way to have students do something at the end of the year that might give them a step up towards a career if they choose to do it towards a career choice versus just something fun. I think that they are better utilized as a career project or career exploration project versus just like, I want to learn to play the guitar.
Okay, interesting. Is there a senior project that you haven't seen before?
So I teach the career class, so my students have to do it around a career. And then last year I had just English 12. And something that I've never seen that I would like to see is where kids kind of do something for our community, specifically to create positive change in our community through their senior project, then maybe something that would last.
And do you think that would be like an interesting thing to see, or do you think it would be hard to possibly do for a senior project?
I don't think it would be hard for kids to do. I just think that sometimes they don't have the right focus. So, for example, a few years back, I had some freshmen who wanted to create like an Alzheimer's home here, because for people who have Alzheimer's, and they started that as their freshmen. And I thought it would be cool, like if they, could kind of work on that same project through their senior year and then see it come to fruition their senior year. And that would have been something that would have been positive for our community.
Interesting. And do you have any word of advice for people to not get nervous about senior projects?
I would choose to do something you really want to do and not procrastinate, because I think kids struggle with time management and procrastination, and they get nervous when they know that they don't think that they can get all the components and parts finished on time because they wait till the last minute.
So people shouldn't be nervous about senior project then?
No, senior project is way easier now than it used to be when I was a senior.
Okay, good to know. Well, you heard it from Ms. Till.
Yo, thanks, Kevin. That was really sick. Hey.
This is the next segment, Question of the Week, where we ask kids what the question of the week is and we get their opinions on them. If you don't like this, then you support Hitler. Now, we are with the trio teacher, Daniela. Do you believe that we should have a senior project?
Yes, I think it's very beneficial for you guys to have a senior project to, learn how to be independent human beings.
That's fair enough. Now, our second question is, what other sports should we offer here at STHS?
We should offer boys volleyball because I feel like it'd be beneficial and we'd be making really big money for that. Like, I think that, seeing how popular it was during Versus Week, why not make it a sport and give more opportunities for the guys?
I actually agree with that. My buddy over here actually likes volleyball.
Okay, yeah, I do play volleyball.
Would you sign up if they made that a sport?
If it's during the winter. Since I'm doing other sports during fall and spring.
Fair enough. Hey Vikings, we're here in trio. We got a couple of trio members here. So the question of the week is, are we living in a simulation?
We could be, who knows? We wouldn't know if it's a simulation if we're living in it.
Do you believe that we're living in a simulation?
I mean, it could be possible. We don't know.
Do you believe we're living in a simulation, Dante?
No.
Why?
I don't know.
What if you're programmed not to believe it?
I don't know.
What do you got to say about that?
About what? He just laughed.
He said he doesn't know.
Well, that's on him.
Are we supposed to interview you?
Fair enough. Now, Eileen, do you believe we are living in a simulation?
I don't want to be in this. Kenya, go talk to Kenya.
Too bad.
Jacob,
Too
do you
bad.
believe we're in a simulation?
Yes.
Why?
There are too many coincidences.
Like what? Like what?
Think about it. Like, everything is a coincidence.
Tell me about it.
Everything is a coincidence.
Give me an example of one.
I have plenty of coincidences that I will not go into detail about.
Do you believe senior projects has a purpose?
Yes, it does. It does help you with your career choice sometimes, or like what you want to do with your life, kind of. But I feel like it's stressful.
Why is it stressful?
They put too much on us about it. Like, it's either you pass or you're not gonna graduate.
But you know that you can retake the senior project, right? If you fail it?
They didn't tell us that.
Well, now you guys know. You fail the senior project, you can retake it. But if you're taking it in the spring, I wouldn't recommend it. What'd you do for your senior project?
I haven't done it. I'm doing it right now, currently.
Really? What teacher do you have?
A minion.
Wow, I love her. She's my favorite teacher.
She takes copy bribes.
Yeah, I really like her.
Like Baby Yoda.
Thank you, Jacob. Anyway, here comes our final segment, the Winter Game Tourney.
Our club is about getting a group of people together, meeting new friends, and having a good time playing some video games. Did I start the club? That is not completely fair because we had a group of students. We have the club president, Isaac Alcala. He's the one that showed up to my class and had the idea to set this up. So I'm the host and I help support. I'll think of ideas, but he's the brainchild of this system that we have. We had about 25 people show up, so the brackets were a little packed, and our top two winners from the last tournament met up again in grand finals, so it was pretty hype, and we had some recording going on with that, so a lot of spectacle going around. So we saw a lot of character variety for Super Smash Bros. So a lot of times we see the same people over and over again, but we saw people bring out some new tricks and some good plays. And we saw some new faces there too, which is always welcome. Not all of us are experts in some of the games that we tried running, and so that was a little difficult for some of those. And if we did offend or apologize some people for some of those games, I apologize. We as the club apologize. We'll do better next time for Mario Kart and whatever other games we have. The club so far is trying to expand. We want more people. We want to expand our facilities. So right now it's my room, SV 104, every Friday, but we would like to have a place that's bigger, that's dedicated to our club, and then we want to start competing in actual esports, have commentary, and have some kind of tournament brackets that we regularly do. Something we're working on now, we're working on getting on an online league. Possible scholarships, swag, things can be given out from that depending on if everything works out. And we're looking at doing online tournaments as well, so that way the same people are able to challenge and compete against new people. That's the way we get better at sports, and it doesn't change with esports. We're always open to change, always open to find new things. We just want to expand and do what's best for the club and what represents our school, South Tahoe High.
That's the end of our show, so thank you for watching.
Yeah, thanks, guys. It's been a pleasure making this for you. See you in a little bit.